Morning, guys. Kurt from Time Machine Transport. Morning, Sarah.
Morning.
So we had a big rainstorm last night. As you guys see the video before this video was lightning and thundering, and I mean it was pretty intense. So obviously all of our shit, we left our chairs up, but we put the cooler and the food basket and stuff like that all in the truck. But our chairs were left out, so we dried them out, and we're now cooking on the Coleman, making some cowboy coffee and some boiled eggs. But anyways, we did actually start jerky last night, and we actually left it on the campfire overnight to smoke. And it was smoking actually really good, even though I had it too low. None of it's burned. It was it was smoking perfectly. This end right here got a little bit crispy right here, but other than that, everything else was, but this got soaked in the rain, so we're not eating it. We're not going to smoke it anymore. So, but it works. And our fires haven't, I almost had a major catastrophe this morning with the 5-gallon jug of fuel. We put some charcoal in there, leftover charcoal that we had, and rearranged the wood around, and then doused it with a bunch of gasoline and started it, and started a little bit or whatever, and then it was going out, so I took the 5-gallon bucket, or the 5-gallon jug, that yellow one up there, and the fuel caught up into the can, so we had to hurry up and douse it with some dirt with our shovel. Whenever you have a campfire, always do a shovel next to it, for the obvious dirt will suffocate the air and put a fire out. And then also, as you guys know, we're pretty safe. Have yourself a fire extinguisher, right? Morning. So it was a rough night last night, man. It was really rough. We were sleeping on our pussy pads, and because Sarah had ordered an Amazon blow-up mattress, that didn't come. But guess what? It came yesterday when we arrived here. It miraculously came. So we are sleeping on our pussy pads. Our tent's kind of a mess. I got to get mine together, but I wanted to get the coffee going and stuff like that. But we are using pussy pads. It's crazy. So, but that was pretty rough. It was a rough night. And we have a cot, but Sarah, being the lovely wife she is, said, "Baby, you could sleep on the cot." I said, "Absolutely not. If my wife is sleeping on the ground, I'm sleeping on the ground." And then we have our makeshift shower over there, and then we showed our shower bags on the bench seat over there. But we are gonna do another video today on the showering. But basically, just want to let you know that the meat smoking did work, but it got drenched. And I'm sure, I mean, if you were in the apocalypse, in an apocalyptic scenario, that meat you'd eat. That meat you'd eat. So, but we're not in that situation right now, thank goodness. So the smoking did work. Like I said in yesterday's video, the meat was a little low to the fire, but like I said, none of it got singed. I'm actually really impressed. Just that little piece right at the edge there. But other than that, it looks like beef jerky. I mean, it looks like it's, and we would have still had to have done it for at least another 8 hours. They say when you smoke meat, you got to do it for, the longer you do it, the longer it lasts. The longer you do it, the more moisture pulls out of it, and that's what makes it last longer, so you don't get the bacteria in it or whatever. Is that it? I think it is. But yeah, it was a rough night, man. We when I saw the lightning and everything, I'm like, oh jeez. And we almost pulled that green rain cover off of it. We were just gonna sleep with just the net. Oh, thank God. We would have packed up this morning. We would have got in the truck and we would have left. Probably all of our shit here too, we would have left. So I literally would have probably left all of our shit here and just took off. Just took the guns and my CPAP, our bug out bags, tent would have left. It'd been like, damn, what, these guys get killed in the middle of the night? So, but yeah, there's a lot that we don't know. I mean, we could survive, but we're not outdoors people. Like I said, this is the first time we've ever gone camping Well, actually, not our first time. The first time we went was a few years ago in the Dells with some bunch of guy friends that I have, and Sarah was the only lady there. But I said, we'll talk by the fire. And so we had actually gone up there and we did a couple days. Was it 2 days, maybe 3 days? 2 days? I think it was 2 days, 3 days. And that was all right. But we didn't have our own tent then. We borrowed a couple's. They have a large family, well, larger. So they had like a 10-person tent, so we could actually stand up in the tent, which was kind of nice. I think we're gonna go to a stand-up tent after this because my big ass this morning was hurting because I got all them ailments, and Sarah was hurting as well. But you can't stand up in here. You gotta kind of hunch down. But anyways, so back to the. So we have a lot to learn, and that's why we do these videos, so we can help everybody out. And that's why I watch videos, and Sarah watches videos, and I'm sure that's why you're watching this video. But we have, like I said, we got generators, and we got solar power, and we got guns and ammo, and a bunch of food and medical equipment and everything else. But this is the part that you need to learn, is actually living out of your house, which it's what?
It's difficult.
It's very, very difficult. So, and that was just one night. So if you're older, I'm a large guy, but if you're older, and obviously everybody knows I'm a veteran and I served my time in a combat unit, but we were gone 9 months out of the year training. So we did a lot of living out in the bush, but we didn't have tents and we didn't have fires. We had to practice noise and light discipline. Actually, anybody who's in the military, when you go out we were in a combat unit, so we were always out in the field. Excuse me. But they even if you're in a transportation unit or whatever the case, a medical unit, and they go out for their 30-day bivouac or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it. But they have to practice noise and light discipline. So we, in a combat unit, you're not building fires. You're not sleeping in a tent. You're basically putting your pussy pad down. If you're in a cold weather environment, you're putting your cold weather Gore-Tex sleeping bag down. And you're building, first you want to build your hooch, which is basically just a rain poncho with some 550 cord, which everybody should know what 550 cord is. But anyway, so then you string it up. Or if you had camouflage bungees or something like that, you could string it from bush to bush. But anyways, that's how we slept. We didn't sleep in tents. We slept in, it's called hooching up. And we didn't build fires. So this, Sarah, she camped as a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
But did you guys camp often?
When I was really young.
Really young?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
As teenagers, we had a pop-up, so it was a little easier.
Oh, as a kid, you guys camped in a...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's... Sarah and I were talking this morning as we came out, and it was just mud everywhere, and the inside of the tent was soaked because we didn't have our flap down. We had it rolled up towards the top there so we can get some air in there because it was so hot. But anyways, that's part of camping, right? So Sarah had rolled it up. There was no rain for the forecast, and then whatever time I did the video was probably around 3 o'clock in the morning, I think, when I did the video before this one, the big storm that came in. Sarah doesn't particularly like thunderstorms and lightning storms, so I love them. But anyway, so we woke up this morning and just like I said, we didn't leave any of the food or any of the other stuff out. The lantern was out, the little garbage bag over there, and our 2 chairs, and then the cot, which we're using for a table, or the bed of the truck. And then this is the stuff in the bed of the truck was. But anyways, so it wasn't devastating by any means, but it was a buzzkill. This morning I told Sarah, and when I was trying, because that's the first time we've used that Coleman stove because it was brand new in the box, and that's the reason why we're doing this out here, is because we want to let's see how our coffee and eggs are doing. But that's the reason why we came out here. We know we have the equipment, and you can use it. This is a really nice stove. It's the Coleman dual fuel camp stove 424. You can use propane, or you can use regular fuel, regular gasoline, and that's what we used. That's why we brought a few cans of it. But this is, at first I had a really hard time starting it. I thought I was flooding it, but I actually wasn't, because you couldn't see the blue flame down there. But Sarah, when I saw the yellow flames, I'm like, there he goes again. She goes, no, you got blue flames. So if it wasn't for my wife, I'd probably still be working on this thing. But our coffee is starting to steam, and we're making campfire or cowboy coffee, where you just put the grounds in it, boil the water, let it settle for a little bit, and then we'll use our canteen cups, which is a good experience for you because you thought your canteen cup was small. She said we can't eat out of those. So anyways, but this morning when I was trying to get the stove going, and the fire was completely out, and I know all of our wood was wet, and it was demoralizing, man. I was not motivated this morning. I'll be honest with you. I told Sarah, I said, man, if we can't get this campfire going, we're just leaving. We're just gonna pack up everything, and we're not going to our bug out location to do some more scouting on it. Well, I literally was like, if we can't get this fire going and we can't get this stove going, we're leaving. She said, are you quitting? Is that what you said? Are you quitting? Are you calling it quits? I said, I said, if we can't get this fire going, we are. That means that we have, I mean, what do you do about rain with a fire, right? I mean, if you got a fire going, I mean, we probably could have taken that tarp, I'm holding it with one hand, sorry. We could have taken that tarp over there and put it up and over it, and try to stake it off, or cut some sticks out of these trees and then kind of just do like a little teepee over it if you could. I'm sure that would have worked, because you would have it 6 foot off the ground. You're not going to melt the tarp. You're just going to, I think that's probably the only way really to shelter a fire. I don't know, unless you guys have a better idea, you can leave comments. But yeah, I was a little defeated this morning. No sleep. Sleeping bag was soaking wet on the feet. I was sleeping with just my drawers on, my underwear, no shirt, and everything was just wet. And yeah, you could feel the rain coming in last night. I'm like, oh my God. But hey, man, like I always tell Sarah, what do I say? What is this?
It's good training.
Good training. Good training. So, but yeah, it's. I was a little defeated this morning. Shame on me. But I was just ornery and hadn't slept and sore and so on and so on. But hey, like Sarah said, and like I always say, it's good training. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how the beef jerky turned out. We will be taking that shovel there, and we will be digging a Dakota fire hole probably tomorrow morning. And we did find actually some pine trees, so we're gonna actually try some pine needle tea. We're gonna look at because the guy said that the video that we watched, he said that the good thing to do is watch or count the needles. He said if it's a white pine, I think it is, it has 5 needles in one little bunch. So when you look at the branch, you'll see 5 needles all clustered together coming out of one area. And this one here, let's just go take a look at it. This one here, and I don't know if it's still the same. Good morning. This one here has so it doesn't have 5 clusters, but it is a pine tree. But I guess there are pine trees that are poisonous. So we don't want to make something that we don't know exactly what we're doing. But we're up at Tim's, we are gonna see at my brother Tim's house. I know he has he's got a bunch of pine trees, so I might look up at Tim's house just to see if he's got any. But anyways, and then also when we're out scouting out the bug out place, we will also look up there for some pine trees. But I'm going to we really want to look at what the guy did the video on. And what you do is we'll do a video. So so we're gonna, like I said, we'll dig a Dakota fire hole tomorrow. We're gonna go over our bug out bags tomorrow. So we got that down. We got building a fire down, obviously. Sarah's looking for wild edibles. We bought a book on wild edibles, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, so we will, when we get up to the scouting area, like I said, when I look at my brother Tim's house, when he's got a big area, so we'll look at his area as well, see if he's got any white pines. But I'm sure they have them up at our bug out location, so we will kind of go over a few more things. But like I said, it's a little I mean, it's not like you're like, oh my god, this is so bad. No, but it's uncomfortable. I just want to know when you do the camping part, because it's a lot of work. So, but anyways, so that's the video for today. We'll probably do one later on. We might even do a fire hole today. But so we still got to do the Dakota fire hole. We still have to do the tea, and then my wife just picked some berries. Are those good?
I think these are raspberries.
Oh, they're just regular.
Raspberries. They're not very ripe. They're
That's not too bad. A little tart. But we'll do a shower, not a naked shower video, obviously, but we'll show you how we're gonna do a shower. And yeah, you don't want to see that, anyways. What?
Here, bite it off of there.
So, but anyways, I hope this video finds you guys well. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we are gonna be doing. We're gonna do some fishing today too. So, anyways, please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.